All right. It looks like it's 7 o'clock, so it's about time to start. Can you guys hear me well? All right, thank you. Sounds good. All right. Let's put your feet together. Great. All right, warming up a little bit. Warming up, warming up. Up and down, light on your feet. So this morning will be again a kata work, kata only. We work on some, not high, but kind of brown belt, black belt katas, forward and back. And switch. So for the ones that don't know, we will most likely open the dojo sometime in July, sooner rather than later, which means those classes will be, we will only have 2 online classes left for adults, most likely on Monday and Wednesday afternoon. So I'm trying to squeeze in as much knowledge I can in those last classes for the ones that won't be able to join us in our dojo. All right, jumping jacks. And forward and back. And again, jumping jacks. Even faster. Get a heart going. And forward and back. And yaman. And forward. And arms back. Across. All right, lean over. Keep your arms straight and reach forward towards your wall, toward your side. Long, long, long. And switch. And switch again. And go all the way down to your leg. Feel the stretch on the back of your leg. One more time, side. Reach toward your side wall and go down to your leg. And from there, body circles. Keep your core engaged to protect your lower back on this one. And switch then the other way. Good. Make your feet wider. Reach down. And up, push your hips forward. And down again, bend from your hips. Up again, push your hips forward. And straight from there with your legs wide. Turn left and right from your hips, not your knees. So keep your knees still. Just get a little movement in your hips. And left and right. All right, yeah, man, feet together. All the way down. Again, try to bend from your hips, not your back. It's okay if you can't reach all the way down. And up, push your hips forward. And down again. And up again. Good. Go all the way down, warm up your knees a little bit before we go to the stances. Down and up, and down and up. And one more time, down and up. All right, in your front stance, make sure it's wide enough. So from the front view, it should be at least shoulder height for warming up. And rotate your hips in and out. As you rotate out, try to push your front knee to the side. Don't let it cave in. Good. And go on the ball of your foot on the back leg. Make sure your back leg is straight, body upright. Keep your hips tucked under to get a little bit more stretch in your hip flexor. And you can go lower if you want. All right, put your hands on the floor, move your front foot from your front stance, move your front foot to the side. Good, this is a way wider stance. Push your front knee to the side and get a little bit lower. Okay, so from here, go straight to your half hurdle. Again, actively push your knees to the side, get a little bit more stretch in your inner thighs. If you're very flexible, the foot on the bent leg, you can put it on the floor, put your heel on the floor. Good, turn toward your straight leg, turn your body, bend forward from your hips, not your spine. All right. And switch, front stance the other way. Again, make sure it's wide enough. Push your hips under, tuck your hips under, straighten the back leg. Now release the back knee, get a micro bend, and turn in and out. Right, straighten the back leg, go on the ball of your foot. Good, and move your front foot to the side. To what we call lizard. If you want to get more stretch, push your knee that's bent, push it to the side, go on the edge of your foot. The blade of your foot on that side. And go to your half hurdle. So for the ones that are students at Washington Shotokan, when we reopen the dojo, we might adapt our warm-up a little bit so our students will not touch the floor. Don't be surprised if you see different warm-up exercises. Good. Turn toward your front leg, bend forward. And from there, go all the way up, give me your kibadachi. Actively push your knees to the side. If you guys are flexible, it's okay to go lower. Switch your weight from one leg to the other, keep pushing your knees to the side. All right, put one hand on your knee, press your shoulder in, keep pushing those knees to the side. And the other way. Stretching your inner thighs for good kibadachi stances. Good. Go all the way up. Turn your feet out. Shihodachi. And sink. This gives you a little bit more outside rotation, outward rotation in your hips. Oh, and all the way up. And shake it out. Good. Hands on hips and rotate. Rotate the other way. Good. Put your feet together, rotate your knees. And rotate the other way. Good. Check it out. Up and down on your ball of your feet. All right. Now we're going to go on the ball of the foot. Back heels on your heels. So lift your toes. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, ku, ju. Good. And rotate your ankles. And the other way. And the other one. And the other way. And if you guys are close to a wall or a piece of furniture, we're gonna do the other runner stretch. So turn your toes toward your wall as much as you can. Push back with your heel. Good. Next, keep your toes there. Try to press your knee down. You get more stretch in your Achilles tendon. And switch. So push backwards in your heel. That's how you feel a little bit more stretch in your calf muscles. And move your way back a little bit. Press your knee down. Stretch your ankle a little bit more on that back foot. Good. And grab your foot in the back. Push back until your foot touches your bottom there. If you want a normal stretch, actively push the knee into the floor. Good. Same leg. Bring it over your knee. Run a stretch. Sorry. Figure 4 stretch. Let's go the other leg. Good. And bring it in. Do your figure 4 stretch. You want to feel more of a stretch? Go lower. Make sure your lower back is straight on this one. All right. And yeah, good. Feet apart, head up and down. Like you're saying yes. Left and right. Ear to shoulder. And rotate. And rotate the other way. All right. Rotate your shoulders. Release that tension in your neck and shoulders. And the other way. The arms out. Rotate your forearms. And the other way. Good. Wrist. Hold your fingers down. Press. Turn your fingers the other way. Press. Good. And the other hand. And the other one, the other way. With your palm facing you. Good. And shake it out. So work on kata today. We'll start with kankudai, and we'll see if we have enough time to move on hangetsu. What we're trying to do with the katas for the time that we have left online, and we'll continue at the dojo, is work on the feeling of the kata. Feeling of the kata cannot be taught. I cannot teach you how to feel. You have to feel, right? But I can teach you some tools and some ideas. And for each of you, there will be different things that will work. We'll click and say, okay, this is the way I'm gonna feel this kata. But we'll work a lot on rhythm of the kata, and then we'll see what works for each of you to actually get that feel in. The ultimate goal of a kata, martial art part of the martial art, right? Art part of the kata is whoever watches you from the outside performing a kata, and I say performing a kata. It's almost a performance. Whoever watches you needs to see that you're fighting, pretty much. And yes, we, in the beginning, the first years of training, I would say the first probably 3 levels of black belt, we keep working on clean technique and rhythm. But the part that's most important in a kata is that feeling that you give the people that are watching, and your internal feeling that you are fighting, and each technique counts for something. So, let's grab a drink of water, and we'll start kankudai. For the people that ever went to a tournament, you've seen the ones that are very good at katas. They show really strong base, but really powerful and fast technique on their arms and their kicks. Powerful, strong base is essential to do a good kata. It shows that you are really strong and you are able to defeat that opponent, right? So it shows your body strength, mental strength, everything is in those rooted positions. So actually, let's practice that a little bit. So everybody, let's go into your Zenkutsudachi, right? This is my relaxed Zenkutsudachi, right? Now you're gonna practice on engaging your core, grasping the floor with your toes and getting that inner tension while there's outer tension there too. So everything is engaged right there. Ideal, when you're that engaged, nothing should move. So you shouldn't see those little bends, those little moves in your, nothing. So you're completely grounded to the floor, nothing moves in the lower part of your body. Nothing moves in here either, right? So switch the other way. Just practice that feeling of I'm completely still rooted, strong in my lower part of my body, strong in that connection of the lower part of my body with the upper part. So nothing should be moving in my legs, right? And go switch to Kibadachi. That's a hard one. Everybody does a little bit of adjustment, so, and that's okay. But once you set yourself in the stance, out tension, in tension in your feet, grasping the floor, nothing should move. Good. Let's switch to your back stance. And you can relax in between. It's about that feeling in your stance. Feeling that you have to have throughout your kata. So go into your back stance, sink at the height that you can do with your own body, grasp the floor with your toes, out tension in your knees, in tension in your feet, tight in your core, nothing moves. And switch the other way. So this stillness and this strength in your lower body is essential in everything that you do in your katas. That's why we practice those stances so much. So you'll get that. I'm not gonna move anymore. Everything is out, in, tension, grasp, sink, connect with the floor, and relax. Good. I think Kankudai is about those 4 stances. Those stances. Also, talking to the feeling of the kata. When you guys are punching, of course, those stances will be strong. Your punches and your blocks, you have to connect the upper body to those stances. So if you do a reverse punch, anything that you do, kata, you're here. Feel everything connected together. Shoulders down. Good. You do a block right here. Everything is connected. Nothing moves. Everything is super strong, super still. You swing the other way. Same. You got there. No up and down. No readjusting. You got there. You better be there. Freeze. So this is the ideal of where we have to be in the move in the kata. Each move sharp. You have to have that freeze at the end of the move. But for now, let's go once through Kankudai by the count, just to remember the moves, going through the move. Then we'll break it in and we'll work on a few parts of Kankudai. All right. Feel free to readjust your spacing when you need to. Yes? Okay, yo. And together. Right? Yo. Kankudai. Ich. 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 Leg. Ich. Leg. Ich. 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 Good. Ich. You guys turn. Good. Ich. 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 Good. Ich. 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 Ich Nisan. Ich. 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 Nee, Sun. Ich. Sun. Ich. Ay. Ay, yaman. And together. And up. It's good. So breaking the rhythm of the kata and we're going to be breaking the kata in small parts. First one, beginning. Slow, slow to here. Then you get to fast, fast. Then you melt into slow again. Now the slow moves, if you imagine the fight, imagine that, let me see if you guys can see me against one of my walls. Good. I'm a little bit far, but in the first block here, imagine that you have an opponent, you block, and then you have to push that opponent away. So go ahead and get next to a wall, touch the wall, and then try with your this part, tate shruto is the block. So touch the wall and try to push that wall away. Get that feeling. That's not an empty move. So you're here. See how much of your arm power, shoulder power, core power you need to have. That's what you need to show right here when you're just doing it in the air. It's the same idea. The idea of the fast, slow, that word that it's so expressive. It's so adds so much art into that, into the slow moves. Fast, slow means you're starting the move, you're starting, but then you have a resistance. So you just got that punch coming in here, and you have to push it to the side here while you're loading the back hand for this punch, right? So we'll work on the first part of the Kankudai to this, before the first kick. Now the first part, as I'm telling you, as I kept telling you, very first move tells your opponent, if that's a life and death situation, tells whoever watches you, it's gonna tell them if you're serious about it or not, right? So this one is not an empty move right here. And it should show the same fast, slow, and the same power you had in this, right? So let's start here. We're gonna practice this about 3-4 times. So remember, fast, slow doesn't mean fast and slow. It's fast, but somebody's putting the brake on and it melts into a slow move. All right, from here. Fast, slow, itch. Big. And then again, fast, slow, itch. Good. One more time. It seems to be easy work, but it trains your brain into what the feeling should be in the end. One more time. Fast, slow till here. Fast, slow. Contraction. Good. Itch. Good. And the fast, slow needs to be fast, slow. There's no rush into the slow moves. That shows how well you can train your brain into being peaceful when needed before exploding into the fast moves. And a good example, a good practice, a perfect practice for this slow, clear your mind is Hangetsu, which we'll go a little bit later too. All right, so one more time. Itch. E. Good. Now the next two moves are fast, fast. So there's no slow there. That means as you go to the first Kokutsudachi, you explode there into the first one. As you go to the second one, you have to remember to move your body away. Imagine the punch is coming right here. So if I turn there, I'm too close to my opponent. From here, you must go there. So you have to see a transition of the body in between the two Kokutsudachi. And they're both fast freeze, fast freeze. Nothing else moves, like we're practicing the lower body. All right, so everybody's here. Let me turn you guys into gallery view so I get a better idea on what to correct. So you're right here. Good. Let's do the fast, fast. Each knee. Good. One more time. From here. Fast, fast. Your life depends on this. Remember. Block, block. Now I know we practiced in the past. Swing your body there. That still applies. The blocks cannot be just with your hands. Yeah, swing your body the other way. there's a thigh pump that you have to do with your hips. All right, from here, one more time. Chin. Good. One more time. Really quick, sharp freeze. Chin. Good. Now from this, from the second block right here, we get again into the fast, slow. So from here to here is fast, melting into this slow. And remember at the end of this move, turn the pulling hand, will turn your hip right here, ready to explode forward. So from the front view, you're not quite here. You are there. And this is a move that you do from your hips, not from your knees. Like we practiced that in the beginning, we practiced that warm up when you're supposed to hold your knees straight and turn from the hips. It's the same idea. Your knees are straight and stable, strong. It's your hip that will do this. All right. So let's take it from the second shuto, second block here, the high shuto, which is called, I forgot how it's called, next time. Head, fast, slow, itch. And remember you end with that extra oof right here, squeeze your shoulder blades, push, pull your hip back, ready to explode. And one more time, there's this part. Now remember your legs, feet are still planted, grasping the floor, right? And one time, let's go from the beginning to this. So in your mind is, as soon as you did us, call your kata starts. So you're gonna put your hands and you're gonna go fast, slow, stop, freezing, nothing else moves. Then fast, stop. You can turn your head fast or you can turn your head slow. It's up to you, it's your interpretation. But the move is fast, slow. All right, so starting from the beginning. Right here with your hands, right there. Awesome. Itch. Good. That looked really good for everybody. One more thing to work on, and I know it's a lot to keep in mind, but once you get the feeling and you get what we call, you get in the zone, in that fighting zone. So what I was about to tell you, from here, remember the strong base, even the strong feet grasping the floor, even when you go here. So you go here, you're still low, and then as you do your block, you go up, turn your hip back there, tension. So even if this really seems like easy move between your kokutsudachi and your shizen dai, do not release the tension in your legs. That's still there. That's light. I'm strong in my legs feeling. Yes? So one more time from the beginning to there. From here. Itch. Itch. Itching. Itch. Good. Excellent. Very good, everybody. Now for the next ones, You're here in your kata shuto. 2 moves connected together, fast, fast. They're 1, 2. Freeze, 1, 2. So from here is 1, 2. 1, 2. Not 1, 2. 1, 2. Imagine your opponent. You punch block, or you punch, hold the hand, punch, break right away. Whatever you imagine as far as the bunkai, those needs to be 1, 2. Clean, sharp, but definitely 1, 2. You're here after the first block, and then again, 1, 2. Then you get to stop for a second before the kick. All right, so let's practice. Kata shuto. Make sure your head is straight, shoulder blades are pulled back on this. Your right hand is ready to punch, and then the block is from the hips. And I remember I told you in that block, you have to move away and then punch. So the block is not here, it's there. Good. This is a really good practice for this and this that you're doing also. It's the same move. You learn it here, after punch, turn here. This is gonna be no problem. Once you learn this hip, strong move. Okay, kata shuto. Good. Punch block, fast. Ishning. Good. Ishning. Good. So, that was really good. Let's take it from the beginning to this point. No count. You're on your own. Think, feel, see what comes out of it. You can't expect everything to be perfect from the first slide or from the first time you are practicing this way. And keep in mind, there are many of the black belts. I think this feeling starts showing up from what I see. It's kind of Sandan Yondan level now, when people are training under another mindset. So, on your own, all the way Kankudai to this second block. Okay. Yo, together. Right. Let's. Yo. Call your kata. Dai! And Haji. Good. And one more time. Same thing. Same thing. I don't know about you guys, for me the hardest part is that turning kokutsudachi. So everybody will have a little bit of struggles here and there. If you have the same struggles in that turning kokutsudachi and in pretty much losing your balance in any stance, ground yourself to the floor. That will do it. Learn how to ground yourself to the floor. Okay, one more time. From here. Hajime. Good. Excellent. All right. Going back there. For the next part, gonna try to turn on the, so pom pom, turning on the side here. So from here, as you go to the kick, that half step is very quick. Remember, you're fighting, so you're gonna turn your head, quick half step, where I can, quick back here. Everything is quick, quick. I'm hitting that opponent and turning back really quick to the other opponent right here. So let's practice this several times. You are in your block right here, right? With your right leg forward, block. So quick half step, quick yokogiri, landing here. This is one. If I count one, by the time I say one, ideally you should be close to your blocking that opponent that comes from your front. Okay. Itch. Good. One more time. Itch. Good. So that's the speed right there. That's really good actually. And last time. Itch. Now, little trick, technical trick. If you wonder how to make that quick, this is what you have to do. So you're right here in your wind up for yokogiri. As you do your yokogiri, don't lean backwards. Lean into the kick there. Then you're almost in your kokutsudachi placement. So keep that in mind as you practice. That's how you make it fast. Now we just finished that. Step into your kokutsudachi. The key on those is, again, feel your opponent. If your step is slow, you show that your opponent is probably a white, yellow belt. If your opponent is a black belt, you better step fast and block that, right? So, at your first kokutsudachi, right here. Step as fast as you can, block, phrase, itch. Itch. Good. And again, fast, itch. Nice. So that one, I don't have any special tricks for it, just needs practice. The fast stepping kokutsudachi needs a lot of practice. And that's all that you have to do to make it a little bit better and a little bit higher rank looking. If you remember when we first learned kokutsudachi shuto, we learned itch, snake, right? Now, advanced level, the block will happen in the very last moment. The wind up for the block will happen in the very last moment. So instead of doing 1, 2, you will be doing 1. Very last moment, point a block as you get there. All right. So for the next part that we'll be working on, and this is another really important part of Kankudai, this feeling, power, and speed is, let me try to think. So here, okay, that means I have to be here. Sorry guys, I'm trying to have you see me from the side view. So you just did your kiai, right? There we go, you can see me now. Itch. Quick. So, one more time. Itch. Nice. Then kick, block, strike, kick. So you're here. You're gonna do your kick, block, strike, quick. So what you're doing in your imaginary fight, you're striking the neck. You're holding that guy right here. You're kicking. You're either hitting or blocking right here, but then you're ready for the other opponent right there. So that is sharp, 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 fast, fast, fast. Important part, as we worked before, after the kick, this block needs to be strong here. And then you go to the next one. So this is a fraction of the moment when you have that freezing space, and then you go to the next one. So let's practice that several times. I'm trying to watch the clock there and figure out how much time we have for Hangetsu. So 5 more minutes on how to die. We're not going to be able to work on every single move, but it's going to give you an idea of how to work on practice. So everybody give me your right leg forward. Look at that. Good. Turn quick. Freeze. Good. Kick block. Strike down. Good. Nice. Okay. Turn my. Okay, so I can see you. Same thing. Now, if you feel yourself losing your balance, again, ground yourself to the floor, right? That means your lower part of your body not strong enough yet. It also means that you're putting the correct tension and correct action in your hip right here. So most of us work so much into hip action that we forget that action, that power in our hip comes actually from the floor. You're not going to have that power in your hip if you don't have a good connection with the floor. So as I turn here on this, better be connected to the floor. Hip is strong, but connection right there is very important. It's as important as your hip move. Yes? So again, right leg forward, look at that. Turn quick. Good. Now, kick, block, strike. Good. And there comes the slow and powerful, fast, slow. Good. All the fast, slow moves, use your breathing. All right? So let's do this one more time, then we'll grab a drink of water, and we are most likely moving on the next kata just for a few minutes. Okay, so you're on your, look at that right there. Turn quick, aggressive forward, push your hips forward. Good. So as we're working on feeling and rhythm and everything else, part of the feeling of the kata is also the feeling of attacking, the feeling of I have to, my opponent there, I have to reach my opponent. So as you turn after your Nikita right here, as you turn, block, reach. This should be a long stance. Again, you kick right here, you reach right there. So this is not a short stance. So it should be an attacking. Everything that's attacking should be way forward. Your entire energy goes way forward in those attacking stances. Yes, moves. So let's do it one more time and get that feeling of attacking somebody. Now, I know some of us are really tight on the hips, right? Me included. So you go from here, from your back stance, block behind, you need to switch into your front stance. And it's okay to move that foot. Now don't move that foot on purpose, don't do this. That foot will move from your hip turn. So right now you have about 30% of your weight on the front foot, right? As you push hard in your back foot, and you set your hips in a regular Zenkutsu Dachi, that will move automatically. If it doesn't move, that means you either have too much weight on the front foot, or your hip action wasn't strong enough and hip connection and with the back foot. If that's strong enough, that will move you into the correct stance that's a little bit easier on your hips. Now, I know many of you are very limber, so if your stance is a little bit more narrow, but you're still able to fully rotate your hips, totally fine. My hips are not there anymore. After two, well, let's say, the darn surgeon didn't put the right rods in there to make it turn in all directions and bend in all directions. So I have to go into the correct stance. And that being said, let's do this one more time, and then we'll move on on hands. All right. And before we go forward, same goes for you're here in your mokite, same goes from here for this one. Make sure your stance is wide enough so you can fully straighten the neck and rotate the hips with it. Yes? So, mokite, last one. Each. Aggressive forward. Eight. Aggressive forward. And slow up. Keep your core engaged there. Good. Excellent. All right. So for the last time, we're going to do kankudai to this first turn, which is about half of the kata. On your own, no count, but what you need to think is fighting that opponent. So fast, slow will be fast, slow, fast, and slow, tension, pushing against the wall, and so on. So everything that we talked about, try to put it as this one time. And it's okay to take your time to think it through. And the more you work on it, the more you won't have to think it through. So we're gonna work to the kiai move, and then this turn, kick, block, strike, here. That's it. Half of the kata. All right, go. And together. Right? Yo. Come down. I do. All right, and yeah. Good, good. Just the first part. That's all we wanted to do. The one thing that I mentioned many times to my students, when you're given the start of the kata, you don't have to start right away, rush into it. Clear your mind before you do the first move. Even if it takes two breaths, it's okay to stay there until you are ready. Don't be in a rush to start. Yes? All right, just grab a drink of water. Fix your knees. I need to fix mine. And we'll move on and get to just few of the moves. All right, yeah, man. So let's do Hangetsu one time, beginning to the end. On your own, just to remember the kata, and then we'll take few of the moves. Yes, yo, be together, right? Yes, yo. Lila and Braxton, if you don't know it very well, you guys can just watch. Yes, all right, or you can follow. Hajime. 8. All right, good job, guys. Now, I don't know how many of you remembered about the fast slow, the very few moves in the beginning. Those are the ones where you really have to show the fast slow, but the power in your moves. So use your breathing for that, and we will practice that. Just stepping, block, punch, about few times. And then we'll practice for 1 minute, the very end of the kata, which is another fast, slow. All right, so from the beginning, your steps are not slow, 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 slow. They're still fast, slow. So from your starting of your hangetsu to almost the intermediate position, you have to have this squeeze, expand. It's not all fast, just the beginning, just the very initiating the move. If you want to think about, it's almost like somebody's holding the back leg and you have to put some power in pulling the back leg here before you go forward. That will be the feeling in your lower body. Now, as far as your blocks and punch, again, so you're here, I hope you guys can see me. You start by dropping your weight, fast, slow, then fast, kind of initiating the movement with a little bit of fast, slow, like somebody, you have to push into something. So get that kind of feeling, and it takes a lot of practice not to do this fast jerky. It's not fast stop and then melting into the next one. No, it's everything is together. Breathing will help on that. So let's do this one more time as a thing that for you to work on, and then we're just gonna practice the very last minute, the last move of the kata. So from here, we're just gonna practice with this before the turning kiai. Right. On your own, think fast, slow, but not a jerky. Continue, smooth move. Hajime. So for practicing on this one, breathing helps. Think of a quick breathe in with the start of the fast. All right, something to think about and work on. So for the very last move of the kata, another fast slow that we don't practice enough. So here in your hangetsu stance, do the kiai move right here. As you slide back in your nekwashi dachi, this is fast and melts into this, slow. So let's do this 2 times, right here in your kiai move. Slide back, fast, H, E. Good. One more time. Fast here, and as soon as you reach your stance and your hands right here, start pushing down and forward with your hands. So it's 1, 2. It's not 1, stop, 2. There. Okay. One more time. Last one. We're running out of time here. Good. So going to your key move there. H. Nice. And your back. Good. Good. I was watching your yaman. I was waiting for the fast flow. It's there. Good job, everyone. All right. So we have to finish today. This class is 8 o'clock. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. There's another class at noon today and another class at 6 o'clock today. At noon will be mostly basic, really basic we have lots of youth attending. 6 o'clock is a pretty much advanced class by Andre, really working with his students really hard. All right, thanks again. If you have time, take time to stretch at the end. Yes, after we finish. Together, break. Yes. Good job, everyone.
Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you, Sensei.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Always. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei.
Welcome.